Hello YouTube, and welcome to my first ever video for my first ever channel. I'm excited to share with you on this channel my superhero collectibles, including my comic book collection, primarily made up of DC and Marvel Bronze Age titles. I want to share with you other superhero collectibles, specifically focusing on my Wonder Woman collection. I guess I'm kind of what some folks would call a super collector. And we'll probably delve at some point into my autograph collecting, specifically the sci-fi and superhero genre section of it. Before we get started in today's featured topic, I'd like to take a moment to give a special shout out to a great friend. I've made so many friends from collecting over the years, but my friend Joey was one of the first that I ever made. We met on the DC Comics message board, and we've become great friends for a very long time. I ran into a little bit of trouble in setting up the graphic for the header on my YouTube page. And Joey's such a great designer and an artist, and he helped me out with that. I want to give him a public thank you and shout out for his help, but mostly just for his friendship and support throughout the years. I'm sure in future videos I'll be talking about other great folks that I've met because of the collecting that I've done. I was trying to come up with a topic for our first video today, and there's a few things that I have planned, but I kind of want to get the feel of setting up a YouTube page and uploading videos and editing them if needed before I delved into some of the rare and unique things in my collection. But I thought today we would focus on something that brings back a lot of memories for me. It's the Wonder Woman paperback book published by Tempo Books in 1978. Tempo Books came out of New York City, New York. Tempo did 6 DC comic books that each individually sold for $1.25. They had a Superman title, a Batman title, the Wonder Woman title, which we'll focus on today, a World's Finest title, a Justice League title, which I'll talk a little bit more about in depth in a little bit, and Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I also understand, in addition to being able to buy these books individually, that you could get a box set with them. Now, when I looked on eBay, I saw a collection, a box set collection that had 5 of the 6 books, but what was interesting to me, there didn't seem to be room for the 6th book, and the 6th book that wasn't pictured was actually this Wonder Woman book, although this cover image that you see was shown on the box. If you have any information about that, please leave a comment below. Let's delve into the Wonder Woman book now. It consists of 164 pages, and the contents are Wonder Woman's Lasso, a 1942 story, originally appeared in Sensation Comics number 6. The Bird Who Revealed Wonder Woman's Identity, from Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 76, a 1955 story. Wonder Woman's Wedding Day from 1954, from Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 70. The Secret Invasion, a 1953 story from Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 63. The Talking Tiara from Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 66 from 1954. And 1955's The Origin of the Amazon Plane, originally appearing in Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 80. I believe this is the first time I was ever exposed to Golden Age Wonder Woman stories, and it came from this paperback. What you're seeing right now is a replacement copy. I actually still have my original at my parents', and it is very well worn and was very well loved. But I got a replacement copy, and this one not in too bad of shape. What I also remember catching my eye from the childhood was her boots, because she didn't have those type of boots on in the comic books that I first started buying as a child of Wonder Woman. So I've always kind of had a special place in my heart for the sandal type boots. And I also remember thinking, if I could just own a comic book where she has the sandals on, that would be such a big deal. I'm also a little bit intrigued with the cover. I like the tiara. I like the fact that the bird has the tiara. And I remember being a little bit engaged with that cover as a child. So inside, first of all, the cover is the only color that you're going to find in this book. Inside, everything else is black and white. Mostly when you flip through a page, as we select some at random, you'll see that there are 2 panels per page. There are a few exceptions. There's a couple where there's 3 panels in one page, and there's a few, there's a 3 panel in one page, and then there are a couple of single splash pages as well. But obviously this has been resized. This is a much smaller book than the original comic books, so the page count of each individual story would be longer than they originally appeared in the comic book. I wouldn't consider this book rare, nor any of the other books in the series, but maybe getting the entire box set packaged together with all of the books would probably be the rarest form of these books. Looking on eBay, you can find these fairly regularly, and they don't go for that much money. Now, I mentioned the Justice League book a little bit earlier, and I want to touch base a little bit more about that. The Justice League of America book consisted of 3 issues. Of course, those stories would be a little bit longer than some of the Wonder Woman stories, which is probably why Wonder Woman has 6 stories in hers, where the Justice League only has 3. But the Justice League stories included Takeover of the Earthmasters and Winter Takes the Earth, both from 1975, Justice League issues number 118 and 119 respectively, plus Skyjacket 22,300 Miles from 1976, originally published in Justice League of America, number 130, volume 1 for all 3 of those titles. Wonder Woman does not appear in any of those stories. But what's interesting is the cover image that they used for that came from Justice League Volume 1, number 102, which has Wonder Woman on the cover. So the cover of the paperback actually shows Wonder Woman, but in the little roll call down below where they talk about the characters that are appearing inside this Tempo book, she's not listed at all. And it's kind of interesting. To this day, I almost associate issue number 102 of the Justice League of having Wonder Woman on the cover but not in the book. That's not true. She is actually in the actual story. 102 is actually the 3rd part of a JLA-JSA team-up. It has the Earth 2 Wonder Woman and actually an appearance by the non-powered Diana Prince in that issue. She's not, neither one of them are in the issue a whole lot, but she's in there. But somehow in my mind, I've associated Wonder Woman not being in that actual comic cover. And there are some cases of some JLA comics where she appears on the cover but doesn't appear in the actual story. I think this little Tempo book has always kind of gotten me screwed up a little bit over that, but the truth is she is in the issue of 102, but not in the Justice League of America Tempo book that uses the 102 cover, even though that issue is not reprinted inside. I will go on to say that the cover of this book does come from a story that is reprinted inside. So that's a little bit for you of the backstory and some memories I had from a great Wonder Woman collectible that's over 40 years old. In some future videos, we'll be doing some eBay unboxing. I have a few comics piled up from eBay, and I thought maybe we'd open them up together. We'll also probably be unboxing the Jim Lee GameStop giveaway with a t-shirt and the exclusive Jim Lee pop. I'm getting ready to go to a Comic-Con in my area that I always seem to do fairly well at, so maybe we'll get a nice little haul from there that I can share with you at some point. And we do have packages coming from Italy, and I have a great friend in Brazil too who is sending something really unique over too. So I'm looking forward to those, plus many more. We'll talk about some rare Wonder Woman collectibles. We'll talk about some common and modern Wonder Woman collectibles as well, all sorts. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't take this opportunity to thank you for spending some time watching my video and making it here to the end. We always appreciate your thoughts in the comments, and you can click subscribe, and the notification bell will let you know anytime we post new content on this page. You can reach me at magiclasso@yahoo.com. Any of those things would be wonderful. Thanks for joining me for my first ever YouTube video. Have a great rest of your day.